I hope that your year is good so far. Mine is great. And remember what we said last week, that we have to remain optimistic that this year is going to be great. It is going to be better than last year. Welcome to today's show, the Auschidys Trust Show, where we discuss matters disability inclusion. I'm your host, Maureen Kaveke, and in the house we have visitors. I told you we started the year so well with visitors. Today we have a wonderful family, but before I ask them to introduce themselves, as usual, I will ask the Auschidys Trust founder, Mr. Martin Kilavi, to say hello to you and also to welcome you to the show. Mr. Martin Kilavi.
Thank you, Maureen, for having us today. And I hope our viewers, you're keeping well, and the year is starting on a very high note. And feel welcome, and let's do this. Yeah,
thank you for that. And so viewers, as I said earlier, today we are blessed and honored to have a very wonderful, beautiful family, courageous people in the house. And so I will ask the father of the house, Mr. Nguru, to introduce his family.
Thank you so much, Maureen and Martin and the Auschidys Trust Show. We are here today with my family, and I start off by introducing my grandson.
Oh,
yes, this young man is called Zain Nguru.
Oh, Zain.
Yes, and my wife Jane Nguru, and daughter Koi, or Nioma Wangoi.
Yes.
And the lady who follows her, she's actually the firstborn.
Yes.
The one who follows her is called Zena Joki. She's not here with us today.
Yes.
But all in all, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're a wonderful family, sir.
Thank you.
You're a wonderful family.
Yes.
Yeah, so Mrs. Nguru, how is your new year taking you?
The year so far is good, and we give thanks to God. And we're glad to be on the show today.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, that's
and
nice.
with my daughter Koi.
Yes, Koi.
That's
Yes.
nice.
Nice to see you. Yeah, this beautiful girl. And we are honored to have you. Feel at home. And today we are here because of Koi.
Yes.
Maybe you can take us from there?
Yes. As mentioned earlier, Koi is my firstborn daughter, a young, beautiful lady, born 32 years ago.
Yeah.
She was born well,
Yeah.
normal child, achieved her milestones on time, very jovial, very friendly girl, made friends with people, very social. And she lived a normal life even in school, in primary. It's just that towards standard 7, standard 8 there is when we saw a bit of change in her. Quiet, withdrawn, not her usual self, a bit lazy, just a normal laziness, so we just thought maybe she's transitioning into teenagehood.
Yes.
So we took it as normal and just gave it a bit of time, thinking it's going to get away.
Yes.
But after some time we realized it's not really, we're not heading the right direction. Yes. We started seeing signs like not attending her class farewell party in standard 8.
Oh, that is withdrawal.
That was withdrawal, yeah. She just didn't want to go. We had, of course, challenges in her going in Form 1 in boarding.
Yes.
She did settle well.
Yes.
For a year and a half. So that's when we changed her schools from boarding to a day school. And also there we still found challenges, still the same. And it was while at the day school we actually decided to see a psychiatrist. Actually, even the headmistress also recommended we see a psychiatrist or a doctor to try and find out.
Could you tell us a bit of the behaviors that made you actually decide to see a psychiatrist? Could you just describe briefly?
Yes.
Behaviors?
Okay, some of the challenges, some of the signs we could tell was withdrawal, very quiet. She started getting a bit unkempt, not keep very tidy herself, her room. A bit of carelessness in keeping her items together.
All
You
right.
know, you find the bedroom is not as tidy as it would be. Forgetfulness,
Yeah.
a bit of forgetfulness here and there, so you'd have to repeat some instructions once or twice.
Yes.
And things like sometimes maybe should how would I put it? I'd put it like with her sister in the morning, she'd pick on her sister and say that her sister is looking at her.
Yes.
And then the sister would wonder, then how did you see me if you are not looking at me? And
Okay.
yet you could tell
Yeah.
the sister was not looking at her.
Yes.
So you see, those are kind of signs that were
Yes.
really beginning to manifest.
Mm-hmm.
She also had a lot of fingernail biting. She used to really, really chew at her fingers, her nails.
Wow.
She barely had nails, just biting and biting.
Yes.
Yes.
So at this point, what did the psychiatrist say? You said you went to see a doctor.
We went to see a doctor, and the doctor diagnosed her as having ADHD.
Oh, ADHD.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
ADHD is attention deficit hyperactive disorder.
Okay.
Yeah, but that turned out later not to be it. Yeah.
Wrong diagnosis.
Yeah, it was wrong diagnosis.
Okay.
And then later we went to another psychiatrist who now diagnosed her with schizophrenia.
Also, now it is confirmed that Kui has schizophrenia.
Yes, and even after we changed the second doctor, the one we're seeing currently also has diagnosed her with schizophrenia.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Maybe Mr. Martin, I don't know, is schizophrenia categorized as a disability in Kenya?
I would want, before I address that,
Uh-huh.
I would want to hear from them
Okay.
what they've been told,
Uh-huh.
because it's still a debatable subject.
Mhm.
Some feel that it should not be
Mhm.
categorized as a disability. Others feel it is.
Mhm.
So I don't know, Mama Koi, what were you told? Did you ever try to pursue that?
We did try at that point to pursue it as a disability. We didn't even know it was a disability.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you see, what
Oh.
we have,
Mhm.
what we know are disabilities are the physical ones,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
deaf, you're blind,
Yeah.
or
Mhm.
things. So for schizophrenia, first of all, we didn't even quite understand what it was all about.
Yes.
It's new, so you're trying to
Mhm.
learn more, what is it all about. And even the doctors never told us or mentioned it could be a disability.
Taking you back, tell us the story again. I think we skipped something, Maureen.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And
Mm.
yeah, now you've gone to see the psychiatrist.
Mm.
Kui is still going to school?
Yes, she was still going to school,
Yeah.
but not settled. Homework is a problem,
Yes.
attentiveness in class,
Yes.
difficulties sometimes with her classmates and teachers, So she still wasn't settled, but, we're just trying to help her and get as much as possible for her to get an education.
So I guess at that point, even academics performance,
Academics performance was not good at that point.
it was affected.
It was definitely affected.
Okay. And how did the school community, how did the community in the school, the teachers and the students, how did they relate with her when she was going on through this?
Well, we were just fortunate that the headmistress of the school, Sister Clemencia, was very, very understanding and very patient. And, she worked with us and, really tried to help where she can. She even got a counselor to come and see Koi and, talk to her, which really, really helped. And was patient with her until she did her O-levels, her Form 4 exam.
That's kind of her.
Very, very kind lady. Very, very kind. She had problems settling in school.
So now Koi is gone up to which level of education?
She's done tertiary because she did the diploma in
Oh.
journalism. She's done
Oh.
journalism, yes.
Koi, you didn't tell me you're a journalist.
I'm a journalist.
And how are you coping? How is the new year taking you?
It's good.
Tell them how it's taking you. Introduce yourself and say something.
Happy New Year to everybody in Kenya. Usalimiwe na ubarikiwe.
But look at the camera. You're a journalist. Look at the camera and address the nation.
Umsalimie na ukaribie. Ukaribishe na soda.
Karibisha na soda. Do you have a message for New Year?
Keep safe on the road.
What are you doing with yourself, Koi? Which year are we in?
2022.
2022.
Yeah.
What are your plans for 2022?
ICRA, driving class.
What is ICRA?
The school for driving.
Oh, you want to be a driver? You want to go for driving classes?
Just get a boda boda.
Or you get a boda boda?
Eh,
And now you want to ride a boda boda? You do business with it?
just businesses.
Ah, okay. And you think you're up for the task?
Eh,
What happens to your journalist lessons? You're the journalist.
I couldn't achieve much in TV and radio, so I just decided to go on marketing.
On marketing.
Yes.
I saw you write a book.
Yes, I want to buy a laptop, then I start a business. Yes. But I have your number,
We can talk.
yes.
But remember, you just told me about boda boda. Now you want to write.
Sorry, I'm a bit jumpy.
Ah, you're a bit jumpy. Here, give me this. You're a bit jumpy. Okay, that's cool. All right. So our viewers, we've just heard from Koi, who is living with a condition called schizophrenia. She's one among many who are living with this condition, and we are privileged that today we'll learn more about it. Yes, over to you, Maureen.
Thank you very much. Viewers, you've heard for yourself, you've seen for yourself what we're talking about, the schizophrenia, whereby Koi, our beautiful lady girl Koi, wants to become a boda boda driver. At the same time, she wants to be a business person, she wants to be a marketer. But remember, she did journalism in college. And that's what we are saying, all these mix up of things, the disconnect. And that's what we are calling schizophrenia. Right now we are going for a commercial break. And remember, we are at East African Portland Sports Club. And we are very, very honored and excited for having this chance. And we are saying a very big thank you to the management and staff of Portland Sports Club for allowing us to have this show here. It is a privilege for us and we're excited. When we come back, Mr. Nguru, that is Koi's father, will join us and we'll continue the conversation. So do not go far. See you. Viewers, welcome back to the show. And as you can see, Mr. David Nguru has joined us. Together with his wife, they'll be able to take us through Koi's life. So, Mr. Nguru, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, and we were talking about the symptoms of schizophrenia. And Mama Koi had told us there is the withdrawal,
Yeah.
The biting of nails,
Yeah.
being unkempt, and things like that.
Yeah.
So maybe you can share?
Yeah, what she said was that's what happened. We thought around standard 7, 8 over there. She was a normal kid, very active.
Yes.
But the teachers loved her. Everything, very active, especially in sports. And smart, very clued on. They said she was clued on.
Yes.
Then around standard 7, 8 there, we saw what Jenna just said, a bit of withdrawal symptoms. And she became a bit rebellious, I would say. There's an element of rudeness, even.
Which you thought it was
we thought
growing up.
it was an adolescent thing.
Yeah, the
growing,
adolescent,
yeah. In fact, we were a bit firm on her, but then after a while, we discovered there was the bigger problem.
Yes.
Especially when we had issues of her taking out, going away from home, and not coming back.
Okay.
You know, we had an incident where she actually disappeared.
She could just disappear like that?
Disappeared, exactly.
To where?
Oh, we did not know. But luckily, where she went to, it was not too far from where we were living. So the couple there saw her in the morning, very, looking a bit lost and all that. Talked to her, and she explained where she lived. So the couple brought her back home. Such things, she was, the room was very unkempt and all that, and herself also did not take good care of herself. So we realized there was an issue. I don't know at what point we went to the doctors. What happened?
Yeah, because it would be important now to know at what point.
At what point?
To seek medical advice.
So many things happened.
Yes.
But at some point we said, no, with this one we need to.
You said enough is enough.
Is enough.
You have to.
We had issues of taking away, running away from school and stuff like that. So we went to a doctor. He's the one who said it was ADHD, and of course put on some medication from there on. But things did not quite improve. It was an on and off. We've actually been to several doctors. I think not less than 4. I think she's currently on the 4th one. Because the first one said it was ADHD, but I think with mental illness, it's very hard to put your finger on it.
Yes.
Even for the doctors,
it's almost.
It is more. It's more like trial and error. An error.
Yeah.
They'll try this drug,
Yes.
and then they come back to us. Do you think it's working? If it's not working, they change. They'll try a different one. So it's been that way. So with the second doctor, she was fairly okay, to the point where she started working, and she'd go to work by herself, and she was doing quite well at her place of work. But then I think with this illness, it's got its it's a seesaw kind of situation, where one day she's up, next day she's down. Also her moods are like that. One moment she's very okay, next moment the moods are down. So her mood is down. So she's not able to keep her job in about 3 different places. The 2 different places. She'd work for a while, and then sometimes decide she's bored, just get up and go, and there'll be maybe issues with the colleagues and so on. So that is what actually happened. And as Jenna said, we had now to move her from a boarding school to a day school, because we thought she was gonna get over it or get used to the boarding school, but it got to a point where we realized it was not happening. So we thought, let's bring her closer home and monitor her. But unfortunately, things did not quite work out very well, because day school has got its own problems.
Yes.
So, and we're not there; we're also at work.
Yes.
So the situation did not quite improve.
Yes.
So that's where we are.
All right.
Yes.
So, Mr. Noor, what you're trying to say is that with schizophrenia, because I'm sure most of us do not understand this condition or this disease.
Yes.
So, once you have it, you're not able to coordinate yourself.
Well,
properly.
There are a lot of people with the schizophrenia and other, mental illnesses who lead a fairly normal life.
Oh.
So it all depends on,
the level.
On the level. I think the degree. The degree.
Oh.
Yeah. There are a lot of people, some you probably know some, but you'll never guess that they're on medication.
Yes.
Because they're able, but sometimes they have their moments. When something goes, triggers the disease, and they're either, they're out of work for some time, they do have their moments. Okay. So it depends on the degree. but it is a lot of people, not a lot of people, quite a number of people
Wow.
live with it.
Uh-huh.
So the tricky part, I think, is the diagnosis and zeroing in on the right kind of treatment that can enable one to be as normal as possible. I don't know the word that use the word normal, or can enable one to
operate like a
to operate like a regular person as possible. So once you know exactly what to, the right kind of medication, then they can do that. And then, so that's where we are now. Right now, we have episodes where for long periods, we think we are out of the woods in terms of recovery. We even start, having big plans. We think now she can go back to work. She can maybe, stand on her own. And then something happens, and you find that we've gone back.
You've gone back.
We've gone back to square one.
I feel it.
Like a trigger?
Yeah, like a trigger.
And have you been able to identify the triggers?
Ishish, maybe you can. It's hard about
Exactly.
Because
very
it's
hard,
important for the viewers to understand.
Exactly,
Because the times
it's
when you
hard.
look at Koi,
Yes.
she really doesn't look like
No.
a person
with any
a condition.
condition.
At
Yes.
times she speaks so well, she's
Yeah.
so well spoken.
That's the
Nice
thing,
English,
yes. Yeah.
she can express herself well. At
Yeah.
times she loses it.
That's the thing.
Now all of a
yeah.
sudden she wants to become a border.
Exactly, and then something
Right.
else. Next minute she wants to
Next
become
minute,
something.
so I
something
think
else,
it's important for the viewer to understand
Yeah.
this kind of a condition.
Yes.
Because with mental illness,
Yeah.
it's
We're trying
not
to zero
very
down on the
tangible.
triggers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
very difficult
Yes.
to. Okay, there are many kind of triggers,
Yeah.
but okay, from what you pick from her workplace and at school, stress is one of them. She actually doesn't like stress or being pushed too much, and especially when somebody is firm with her and shouts at her, it really affects her.
Okay.
So you find like in one of her jobs where she was merchandising, and she used to go from one supermarket to another. She was very comfortable because she wouldn't be for long at one supermarket. You'd work here maybe 2 to 3 hours, go to another one. She was very comfortable, and at one time she also did an office job, but that really stressed her because she was there and she had deadlines and she had this to do, and that really stressed her. So stress is one of them. She also needs somebody who really understands her, such that you can tell. With Chriso, with her, one of the signs is that she can either oversleep or undersleep when she's not well. So when she really oversleeps, you'd have to kind of tell she's not very well, or she doesn't sleep for long. Sometimes she can even stay up a whole night, even 1 or 2 nights without sleeping.
Awake.
So she's not well, or she'll play very loud music, she'll not draw or open her windows,
Pace up and down.
pace up and down, rubbing her hands very hard, or rubbing, her face. Those are kind of. But when she's relaxed and you hear her playing music, she'll be jolly. She'll play with her nephew. Then you can tell that's fine. Her music, she's not playing music loud. Yes. So you have to keep an eye. You
Mr.
just have to
Martin?
keep an eye.
At this point, Maureen, I must commend this family. You're great parents.
Thank
You've
you.
done pretty well. I know it's not an easy job,
Yes,
and
definitely.
I salute you.
Thank you.
Please continue, Mr. Nguru. Continue doing what you do.
Thank you.
You're a
And
great
es-
father.
and especially her.
You're a great father. You
Yes,
yourself, you're a
yeah,
great
yeah.
father. We haven't seen many
Yes.
men come out like you
Okay.
and boldly
Yes.
share their experiences.
Yeah.
We are not exposing your family, but we are also enlightening the community. And at this point, I also want Maureen to ask this amazing couple and parents. We have all seen Koi.
Yeah.
She just left her seat, and we've seen the condition. I want to ask you if you're comfortable. Tell us, do you think and do you feel Koi is safe with the community? Have you had episodes? Is she safe she in a place where, is she vulnerable? How is the community relating? As a mother, Mama Koi, as a mother, are you comfortable living Koi within the public? Is she safe? How has the public been treating her?
Yeah.
If you are comfortable, will you tell us? Because in Auschidys, we are here to bring out real stories.
Yes.
So that people who are in the place where Koi is, or anybody living with disability, we can highlight their stories and also educate the community. If the community is doing something wrong, then they would know through Auschidys show how to relate better.
Yes, and I think Mr. Martin is right, because more often than not, especially the girl child is abused in this kind of scenarios. And that's what we are trying probably to find out. Do you maybe think she was abused at any given time, or what are the dangers?
Yeah.
You know, it's good for them, probably for the viewer to know, so that now they take the necessary precaution. Yeah.
Yes, of course, being, first and foremost, she's vulnerable.
Yes.
We've had incidences of her, we actually don't know where she's gone to. Maybe I can quote one or two. There's a time she was to see her doctor. That time she was quite well, and we would send her to the doctor with a consultation fee. So she'd go see her doctor. You see, now that time she was fine. She was she was really good. And then she would see her psychiatrist, you know, pay the consultation fee, and then come back home with a prescription and buy the medicine. So this one time she goes to see the psychiatrist, and then she did come back, called the psychiatrist, oh, it's running late, has she been there? No, she hasn't turned up. We waited closer to end of day, we called, not yet. We didn't wait to get her. This was on a Friday. And next time, I remember she just sent me an SMS on a Saturday morning at 1 a.m. and just telling me, I'm very far from home. I don't know where I am, but I hope to be home soon. So you can imagine, you don't know what to do. So I just told her, okay, you know, just come back home. Unfortunately, the next day she did come back home. But, you know, you try and find out where she was. She says she was in Kizura, you remember? Something like that. You wonder how she got there. Those are some of the cases we've had. We've also had an incident where she was at her grandma's place. She just stepped out at the veranda, you know, for fresh air. Disappeared.
To nowhere. To place that we do not know.
We don't even know. This was about 5 days. And then I get a call from a man, and he's telling me he's with her, you know, come for her. And I wasn't in Nairobi. She's in Nairobi. So I just had to tell him, fine, I'm going to come. I'm out of town, but please give me time. And came over. You know, and all along he kept on calling me, so I was wondering in what condition will I find her. So we got to Nairobi together with my husband, went to Kilimani police, reported the matter. You know, we had to take a photo so that we can, you know, this is the person we are looking for. Of course, we had to be interrogated because, you know, they don't know what type of people, you know.
She's interacting.
Yeah, and we were given plainclothes policemen now to try and track her down. And it was quite an experience, but we did manage to get her in Kibera, in sort of a slummish area. Yes, and we rescued her. So they're very vulnerable, and we don't understand. It's difficult to understand what makes her just walk out.
What is the next
And also at that point, when she's away from home, what has happened to her? What has she been given to take?
Yes.
You know, and you end up going to hospital
For
to have
various
her
tests.
checked,
For tests.
for
Yes.
tests.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yes.
Because she cannot express,
Yeah.
rather, say
So-
what happened.
So they are definitely vulnerable, and she's not able really to tell I'm in danger. I think when she's going out, she really doesn't even know where she's going to. Yeah. So it's,
Wow.
Yeah.
That must be.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's not easy. Very
I mean, for
tough.
parents,
Yeah.
it's not a very.
Yeah, we've
place
had
to
a
be.
few visits to the police station, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
know about it, yeah. But also, in all, even as we say, she's vulnerable. There is, in fact, this is not just too long ago. I think about 2 weeks ago, when she had walked out of home. Okay, she was going to the shop, and my sister happened to be coming. So my sister met her on the road. You know, it stopped her. But fortunately, we have very, very good neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. Kiguti, and the husband was out there. So he came and, you know, he could see the scenario. This is Koi, she's with a lady I don't know. So he said, no, I know this lady, you know, she's my neighbor, I know this young girl. So of course my sister said, oh, okay, I'm her aunt, I'm the mother's sister. So he was very kind and brought her home. And along, we were talking, we were talking about mental health and everything. And yesterday, his wife, because you know she had called me a few days ago and said she wanted to come and see me. So she came yesterday and visited me at home, and she expressed to me about Koi, and you know they feel as a couple, you know, maybe she needs to go out a bit, maybe socialize. And they were kind enough even to offer, let's say on a Sunday afternoon, if she's home and she's, you know, she wants to go out or something, you can even go visit them briefly, you know, can take a walk around. So you can find, they're good people, but others bad. And also people don't understand some of these conditions, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. And Mr. Martin, at this point, we need to make a call as Auschidys Trust.
Yes.
To people out there.
Yes.
You probably can do that for us, because they need to be sensitive, not to take advantage, not to, you know, because these people are exposed and it is unfair.
Maureen, that is very true. I'm listening to these parents speak, and the same feeling is what I have that you got. And I'll make a call, and before then, if you allow me.
Yes.
Mr. Guru, you are very strong dad.
Well, I try.
Whatever has happened to
Yes.
you have first-hand experience, because it has happened to, and I'm picking on you because it has happened to your daughters, and I know what daughters mean to fathers. I'm a father, I got daughters, and I know what it means. I'll request you to give that call, because you have first-hand experience, to our viewers. And before I call, I want you to say something to them. Those who are meeting our daughters, and the kind of treatment they're giving them.
Yeah.
You've gone through it. Please talk to them.
Well, okay, thank you, Martin. All I can say is that viewers need to understand that a condition doesn't have to be physical for you to give somebody some understanding. So the moment you find that somebody has a challenge, a mental challenge, do everything you can to facilitate them, because they are going through a moment. At that particular moment, they're going through a period when they don't understand what's going on. So they might even come out as rude,
Yes.
or maybe even violent or rude or something. So I would call for patience, so that people can be a little bit more patient with them.
Yes.
And also the authorities need to understand that mental health is also disability. Very often you go for some kind of assistance and they tell you, no, if it's mental health, that's not really considered as, a disability. Yes, yet it is.
Yes.
After all, I think our body is the most important, all parts are important, but if you lose your mind, then you lose everything. You're compromised. So I think I would call for more understanding of people who are going through either with ADHD or schizophrenia or any kind of mental health condition. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for those remarks.
Yes.
And because Maureen asked me to give a call.
Yes.
Maybe before you do that,
Yes.
because I also admire the mother,
Yeah.
Mama Kui.
Yes.
It's been very tough for her. It's
Yes,
a
I
full
can
time.
imagine for a
It's
mother.
actually a full time job
You can
because
imagine.
most of the time during the day when I'm not there,
Yes.
she has to
She's
go
the one.
through all that.
Yes.
And sometimes if I'm not there, because we are into some different places, and maybe in Nairobi, she's out at the farm, and if she happens to be going through one of those periods
Yes.
when she's not sleeping, it's pacing up and down, then it's very hard on her. Because she has to be awake, keep an eye on her,
Yes.
is the kitchen okay?
Yes.
Is the gas off?
Yes.
Are the lights,
Yes.
okay? Because she keeps on putting them on and off. So it's very tough also, it drains, it drains her.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Nguru, and that was powerful. And to our viewers, as Auschidys Trust Show, we want to say this, and I'll say this on behalf of the show. It is our common responsibility. It's a common responsibility for the community to take care of people living with disability. We've just heard from this family, their daughter, twice, you said mom, twice or 3 times? She disappeared. And a man called at some point, and the matter ended up at the police station. This is not the only case. I've had many cases where our girls disappear. Sometimes they get molested, they get raped. These are things that we've heard from where we are. Even others get killed. Tafadhali, the community, let us have this as a community responsibility. When you see a child, and more so a girl child, out there and they are showing signs of disorientation in terms of decision making and stuff like that, please take it upon yourself. Walk them to a responsible church. Walk them to a police station. Walk them to a hospital. They need your help. You don't have to take advantage of them. You don't have to mislead them. You don't have to do things that are not right. Please, please, take it as a responsibility. Be a responsible citizen, a responsible brother, a responsible sister, a responsible parent. Escort them to a place they can get help. If you can access their notebooks, because many times, and I'm telling even parents, like the gurus, who are blessed with children living with disability, make sure before your children go out, they have an identity somewhere in their bag, or even in their pocket.
Yes.
Write their names. Write their names and say, I have this condition. In case something happening to me, contact my parents on this number, or a guardian. Put that slip in their pockets, so that even when the public meets them, they can easily identify them and they can call. They have a number they can call to come for their help. Otherwise, this is a community responsibility. My viewers, and I would want us to smell the coffee, wake up, and be responsible. Let's protect our daughters. Let's protect our sons, our brothers who are living with disability. Tukiwapata pale nje, assist them. Don't take advantage. Thank you.
Wow. Very well said. I cannot add a word. Thank you very much for that call. And so we've heard about Kui's story, and right now probably I would like us to talk about the solutions. Where do you see Kui in the future, in the near future, what would you like changed?
Okay.
Yes. What are some of the solutions that we can talk about today?
Okay, thanks, Maureen. One thing we need to know is that people living, people with mental health issues can lead, and in fact do often lead a fairly normal life, but they've got to be supported. What we found with Ko is that she gets, very bored at home,
Yes.
and being idle.
Yes.
That alone can trigger.
Yes.
You don't expect somebody, even you,
to
be at
idle
home
and attract no more.
and attract no more.
Yes.
It gets to a point when it becomes too boring,
Yes.
and that can trigger something. So we are saying what we like to see is that her and indeed other people with the same kind of condition.
Yes.
Can get into some kind of either training. We try and figure out what they would like to do, and then they get supported towards that end. Either some kind of course, those tertiary courses, and as well as maybe get into some kind of employment,
Yes.
but with an employer who understands
Uh-huh.
their mental health condition, whereby they can have flexi hours.
Yes.
Perhaps they do just morning hours and
Yes.
then go back home,
Yes.
or maybe afternoon
Yes.
only.
Yes.
But they need to do something.
Yes.
But just staying at home and taking the tablets and all that, that in itself
Yes.
is, can be a problem.
Can be a problem.
Yes, or is a problem. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very well said.
Yes.
Mama Koi, what do you think should be done? Yeah.
Well, just like he's mentioned, she really needs to get occupied and, you know, just exploit her talents.
Yes.
She's got her talents, and she'll do well with the community. She'll serve well. She'll also lead a useful life.
Yes.
You know, she's still young. She's energetic. She's bright,
Intelligent,
She's
yeah.
intelligent.
Yes.
So really, let's make use of it, and let her, and let this be an example to other parents with
Yes.
children with such conditions, that this is not the end.
Uh-huh.
You know,
I like that.
they also should think in the same way, and let's just give each other hope.
Wow.
Let's keep in touch. Let's spread our wings all over, spread this gospel, and we'll reach out to so many people. I'm sure there are others who have given up hope,
Yes.
you know, and you think it's only my child. Please,
Yeah.
we are together.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
and we give thanks to Auschidys Trust because, you know, this is a platform we can all engage.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Wow. Thank you very much. What about medication? Is it affordable? No, we're talking about solution. Is the medication affordable? Or can you make a call
Is
to
it
the
accessible?
government today? Is
Not-
it accessible? Yes. What do you think?
How easy is it to get medication for COVID?
Well, you see, you have, it's not easy because you have to see a doctor. You have to see the psychiatrist now to assess her and then give the medication.
Does it come cheap?
Prescribe.
No, it doesn't come cheap.
Does it come cheap?
So then it doesn't
Yes.
come cheap because
No.
you see, you have to see the psychiatrist first.
Yeah. This
Then she gets
consultancy.
there's a consultancy,
Yes.
and then you go buy the medicine.
Yeah.
She has to take hers on a daily basis and not skip.
And those tablets are not cheap.
Are not cheap.
And
Mr.
those
Nguru.
tablets are not cheap.
Mr.
Yeah.
and Mrs. Nguru, I
Yeah.
want to ask you, and
Yeah.
Mrs. Nguru, I want to ask you, I don't know, it's a rhetorical question or what, Maureen allowed me to say this. Do you pay taxes?
Do we pay taxes? Yes, we do.
Yes.
You pay taxes.
Yes.
Did you apply to have COI in this condition?
No.
No.
And don't you think COI being a citizen and you're paying taxes, the government should come in and maybe zero rate the medication for such?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There are many people, you know, luckily we you know, struggle as much as we do to you know, buy the medication. But you can imagine,
For those who can't
for,
afford.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, that's why I was
for the
going.
majority, it's not easy.
Yes,
It
what
is
is it?
not
And that
easy.
just compounds the situation. And people who could have been treated and carried out maybe normal activities, they're not able to do that because medication is too expensive.
Yeah, you know why,
Yes.
why I asked is because
Yeah.
I am in the same place and I met many parents, and not all parents, Maureen, can access.
Can afford.
Yeah, can afford that.
Yes.
So it's also my call as a parent to children living with disability. If the policymakers would make it easy for the parents or caregivers who have children who are living with disability and make medical free for them.
Yeah.
That's my call.
That would help a great deal.
Yeah, that's my call for
Yes.
for the policymakers and the government. The government is doing quite a lot.
Yeah.
But when I go out and meet parents like you and others, then this becomes a reality to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it's not easy paying and affording
For
this
sure.
medication.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
but that would be my call.
Yeah,
That
yes.
would be my call. You also mentioned about, Maureen, allow me to respond to what Mr. and Mrs. Nguru asked about skills. In Auschidys, we advocate for skills
Okay.
for any person living with disability, especially the youth.
Okay.
We are here because mainly of the youth and the children. and we advocate for something called disability inclusion,
Okay.
where we believe they'll be included in the community if they demonstrate that there's something they can do. So we advocate for them to get education in terms of skill. And like you suggested, of course, people are beginning to change, and the employers are beginning to change their mindset and accommodating our children once they demonstrate that they can do something.
You can do something, yes.
And so, together with Cheshire Disability Services, Kenya, there's a program that we are doing as Auschidys and them. They started a program. It's called Work and Respect.
Okay.
And I think this is a place that KOI could benefit a lot. It's a program that we will work
For sure.
together with you as parents, of course, off the camera.
Yeah.
And so we see what can she do.
Right.
And we can place her, Maureen, into a technical school. The government is also coming in and offering a space for such, and she can get trained and placed in a place where she can work.
Yeah.
We are here to, we would love this student to live a full life.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah, so that is something that we can
Yeah. That's
look into
Yeah.
together with you as parents
To be.
and
to
CDSK
Yes.
and Auschidys.
Okay.
Wonderful.
That's wonderful.
Yes. And so we have come to the end of our show today. Viewers, you heard for yourself. Mental health is a real problem in the society. Another thing is, it is not something that it's not tangible. Yeah, right? It is
Right.
not. It's not really tangible, like
Yeah.
a physical
Yeah,
disability.
that's true. That's
So
true.
we need to be cautious,
Yeah.
extra cautious.
Yes.
We need to be sensitive to the needs of others
Yes.
who are living in such conditions. Please, let's just be sensitive. As Martin and even as the parents said, let's be protective, let's protect them. Let's just be their brothers and sisters keepers.
Yes.
When we do this, we'll have a better society. Even the parents will have less stress,
Yes,
bringing up
yes.
such kids.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you very much. And thank you for being our viewers. We are almost hitting 1,000 views.
Oh.
Thank you very
Wow.
much. And I'm sure by the end of this show, we'll be talking about thousands and thousands. It is possible. Remember, we said this is a great year. So please continue subscribing to our channel. And when you subscribe, by the way, put on the notification button. It is very important.
Yes.
Why? Because we may not keep on, posting each and every story. But when you put the notification button on, it will notify you.
Yes.
It will alert you that there's a new story.
Yes.
Yeah, that quiz story is coming on
Yes.
Friday. That,
Yes.
every week it will keep on reminding you. So
Yes.
please subscribe, like, share. And as we said last week, Martin, when people share, we reach more people.
We reach more people, yeah.
Not for another reason.
Yeah.
We are not commercial. We are not commercial at
No,
all.
not at all. Not
Yes,
at all.
we are here. It's a call.
Yes.
It's a ministry that we
Yes.
are doing.
Yes.
Yeah. And so what you're saying is, when you share this story, we will be able to reach more people.
Yes.
People are out there suffering. People are there, wondering where to go next. Isn't it?
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
There are so many people who have been affected in one way or another.
Yes.
So when we share these stories, we are touching someone's life. We are uplifting someone's life. When they listen to Mr. and Mrs. Guru's story and how they've been able to bring up their daughter, we are inspiring someone. We are bringing a solution.
Yes.
And that's the aim and the
Yes.
objective of this show. So please be free to share and to share these shows.
Yes.
So viewers, if you are out there living with disability, or your relative, or your neighbor, or a friend, and they would like to share their story, kindly be free to contact us. The numbers will be provided down below. Let us share this story, because these stories are going to uplift someone else, they're going to encourage someone else. Please get back to us. And now, Mr. and Mrs. Guru, let me say a very, very big thank you for making time to come and share your story.
You're most welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We are so grateful.
Thank you.
We are so grateful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, thank you, a very big thank you. We must appreciate our host
Yes.
today,
Yes.
East African Portland Sports Club. You've hosted us again. We are so grateful to you. Thank you to the management of Portland Sports Club. Thank you to the staff. We are so honored. We are so grateful. May God bless you. May God keep you. Thank you, viewers. See you next week.
See you.